In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn this text into this post, which is a carousel that is posted on Instagram. It starts from a spreadsheet where you have 4 columns. The first one is the actual text for creating the carousels. The second one is the caption that's going to go posted on Instagram as the caption. Then we will have the post date and the link to the Instagram post it's posted. This is entirely automated and built using make.com. This is the template. This is what we're going to build together in this video. I'm going to show you how it works. And this is based also on the app called Placid. This is where you define a template, and Make is connected to that application, so it can send the text and the application is going to generate the image using the template that you've predefined. And this is the one that I have predefined that I'm going to use. Let's start with this spreadsheet. The text is here in the first column and it's separated with a line. So this is going to be on one slide. Then this is how we separate the different slides by adding an empty line. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slides for this one. So let's get started. Let's have a run for it. We're going to click run and it's going to start the automation. As you can see, this is going to take this first cell and then it's going to use the caption back to that first cell. It's going to take each line, split it, and create the carousel out of it. So let's go for it. We're going to click run. Obviously, this automation can be scheduled, meaning that you can set a schedule. You configure it so it grabs only one row at a time, for instance, and you can post daily. You schedule right here at the bottom left to run once a day at the time of your choice. And it's going to grab just one row, but you can still prepare up front in the spreadsheet all the carousels that you want, let's say for the next month, for instance. And you have it run once a day, taking just one row, and it's going to process one row at a time, one row per day. Go over creating all the images, which is what it's doing right now. And after that, it's going to proceed to posting on Instagram the carousels, all the images. The last step is going to retrieve the post that was made just so we get some information like the link and when it was posted. And we're going to update the spreadsheet with those information back so we can reference the text and which post we have the link to that Instagram post. There's a few images. That's why it's taking a bit of time to upload all those images to Instagram right now. And there we're done. Now back to this, we can click directly to the post, opening Instagram, and here we are with post. So discover content creation secret of top solo entrepreneurs, swipe for more. Let's get back just to make sure that this is what we had written on that first one. Discover content creation secret of top solo entrepreneurs, swipe for more, which is actual content that I created. So yeah, now we can swipe, and your transcript is the foundation. Centralize your content strategy around it. This is, as you can see, this is row number 2, and we have 3, 4, 5, 6. Finishing by, let's get back, kickstart your content automation today and see how it simplifies your work. That's number 2. It's number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Kickstart your content automation today. See how it simplifies your work. And we have the caption. That is the one that's coming from right here. Discover and hashtags. And obviously we got when it was posted and the link back to that post. All right, so now let's get on to creating our own version. I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to create this automation and what each step does. I'm going to start a new scenario. Let's call it demo. All right, so let's get started. The first step we're going to need is to get that spreadsheet. So let's have a look at, we're going to watch for new rows. meaning each time it runs, this is going to process new rows that has been added. So for any rows that is already processed or been there previously processed by the automation, they are not going to be processed again. That step is keeping track of where it's at when it's processing. That's why if you schedule it to run the entire automation once a day, you can put a limit right here. We're going to do that right now. Put it to 1. Schedule it once a day. It's going to use just one of the rows that are new. If you want to post twice in a row, you can just make that 2. But I would not recommend that. I think, especially for Instagram, you would want to just have 1 per day and do other posts outside of that. This is why I have another automation that automate the same way. Instagram just posts just a 1 image post. So then we're going to go and find that spreadsheet that I created, which is going to be in here. And it is in this, and its name, automatic post to Instagram. So yeah, the sheet. So this is the one for the post for the other automation that I have, and the carousels. This is the sheet that we want to look for. These are the tabs of the spreadsheet. So it contains a header, so it's not going to process the first row because it's the headers, and A1 to Z1 is more than enough. Now we can click OK, and it's the limit. As I said, just put 1, so you want to post just once a day. If I go back to this, this is the carousels tab, and we have 4 columns. You can create it. The first one has to be the text that is going to use, that the automation is going to use to create the images. The next one is the captions, and the last ones are the post date and Instagram posts that are populated automatically by the automation. Now that we've configured that first step, let's add the next one. We need to, because now we have that cell, that information, we're going to have the text out of that first step. We're going to need to split that into 5 or whatever, how many numbers. So we're going to iterate over each of those. And how we're going to do that is we're going to add what's called an iterator. So you can type it here, or you can find it under flow control. It's an iterator. And this is where we define how we break down each, what is one thing here, how it's broken down into multiple things here. So it's broken down into an array of things. And how we do that is we use, so from that previous step, we're going to use this, which is the carousel text, column A. And we're going to split it. So we're going to go to the formulas, which is here, not this one. It's the text formula, I think. Here, this one. If you look at the details from this one, it says splits a string into an array of substring. This is exactly what we need. So we're going to click on this, which is split. I'm going to move, so that first step is the text we want to split. So we're going to move this text here, and this is where we define what's the delimiter. And for us, it's that new line, right? It's that, because we skip a line each time. So this is how we gonna separate it. We're gonna split it, and we're gonna do this. This is a new line, right? Still in the text functions. That's number 4, new line. Now we're gonna go OK. Let's make a run for it just so we can see. All right, it's red. Let's see what we have now. See, because it's a new automation, it's going to look at the first row. It doesn't know that it's been processed by another one that I have already running. So let me move that here. So now we can see we have the value. So now we have different bundles, meaning that it's been split into 6. This is exactly what we need. Now the next step is going to be to use Placid. Placid is that app that allows us to create images based on text and a template. So again, this is the template that I've created, that I've built. Each blocks are configurable, but if you don't send data to it, it's going to use the default one. So I'm not going to send any data for this image or that text. I'm just going to send it for this and this one. This is all we're going to do here. Anything else you can change it either here, or if you wanted to, you could add more columns in the Google Sheet so you can configure more things. All right, let me refresh. Oh, that's not the one. There we go. Template. Loading. This is the carousel. So this is the template. As you can see, carousel 1. This is carousel 1. All right. And back to this one. I'm going to zoom a bit. Okay. So now we have carousel 1 selected. These are all the elements that we can configure, or not configure, but use data and personalized from the template. I'm not going to change the background image. I'm just going to change the text because that's how I named it. And what we're going to do, we're not going to use the carousel text because otherwise it's going to create 7 instances of the entire text. But because we split with the iterator right here, we're going to use the value right here. This is what we want to put. It's going to be the bundle. So we're going to get this for one, and this for the next one, and so on. So this is what we're going to put here. And the last thing I want to change is, I think, so the profile name, we could change it, but I'm going to leave it blank because it's going to use the default one, which is my name. Same for the profile picture. But you see, there's more that can be configured. And what I'm going to add is this. Just so it's easier. It's that content type. I named it content type. All right, I'm going to do this. Just so it's easier, it's the this and this, and I'm going to explain what this is in 1 second. All right. Okay, so just back on the, because I want see, on the first image, I don't want it here to show anything else based on numbers. So I have like 3 dashes. And the next row, I have tip number 1. Then I have tip number 2. And then tip number 3. See, it's counting and up to the last one. So the way I do that is with this formula. It says if the index, which is the bundle order position from the flow control, which is actually the number, meaning it starts with the first position, so the first slide generated is going to be bundle order position number 1, second one, number 2, and it keeps going. So what I'm going to do is for number 1, I'm going to just output those 3 dashes. And for all the others, I'm going to put tip number, and the number that I'm going to add after that is that order position minus 1, because I want the second row from that text to be tip number 1. Like this is going to be number 1. This is going to be number 2. So that's why this formula. All right. So now I'm going to, so it's a if bundle order position equals 1, then I'm putting the 3 dashes, else if it's not equal to 1, so for every other instances, I'm adding the text that I want it to be. And I'm using bundle order position and doing -1 to get the right number. All right, okay. Now that we have that, we want to get it all back together. And to do that, we're going to use what's called an array aggregator, which is this. Oh, you can put them close together and they're going to link automatically. So yeah, you can search it. It's in the flow control again. It's called the array aggregator. And how it's going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to base it from the iterator, which is the last one. That was before the split, basically. And now we have to do something particular to get that, because we want to have that target structure to be the Instagram carousels. We're going to need to skip this one for now and go to add the next step. So you see now it's bringing it back together. We're going to add the carousels from Instagram. Instagram. So let's create a carousel post. All right, it's going to open. So what we need to do here is, well, we're going to go to the caption right now and put the caption from that original step, which is column B. Now we're done with this. And now we need to add files. So when we do that, we need to add manually multiple items. We're going to select the media type to be image. And because we don't have it yet from the array aggregator, what we need to do is put the dummy data for now. So let's do https://test.jpg. I'm going to select all of it, copy, and I'm going to do a second one. So if I scroll down, you see item 1. I can come here and add another item. Oh, I didn't click. Now we have item 2. We're going to do the same thing. It's going to be an image. And we're going to add paste. So they are all dummy data. And we need to do that because now we can say OK. So you remember, this is to configure this step. That's why we have to go to that and do that. We want to have the information from what's coming next. Now that we've created it the way we did on Instagram, you see the target structured type appeared. We need to select it. It's the files from the Instagram for Business, create a carousel post. Click on files, and the media type, you're going to use image. All right. And for the photo URLs, what we want to get is this information from Placid, which is the image URL. All right. I don't know what that OK is. Anyway. So you see, just make sure that your photo requirements, but the one from Placid just fit those criteria. So you don't have to worry too much about it, as long as you use the squared one and stay within the width limit, which is 320 to 1440. So just stay within that range and it's going to be fine. Now we're just going to click OK. And we can come back here. We can remove this and we get, well, you can remove this, but we can select, well, let's remove those item number 1, item number 1. Now that field must not be empty. We're going to toggle that map in front of files. And now we're going to select the array right here. Right? Array. And we are good to go. We're going to click OK. All right. And now the next step, because now it's going to be posted on Instagram, we want to retrieve the information from that post. So we need to go back to Instagram and we're going to search for, if you scroll down, it's going to be get media. So get media, we're going to need the media ID. So we open it and we select from the previous step, the post ID. That's it. Okay. And next, now that we have all, this is to get all the information from the post we just made with this step. So now that we have more information, we can get the link. This is exactly the main reason why we do that. Now I'm going to add a Google Sheet, and what I'm going to do is it's update a row, and because we already have the information from the spreadsheet before, I'm going to not select it and not select it. I mean, we could go and do that, but it's easier and more easier if you make any changes to change this to enter manually. And now for the spreadsheet, we're going to scroll down and select the information from that original step. So we're going to select the spreadsheet ID. Then for the sheet name, same thing. We're going to use the sheet. The row number, we're going to select the row number. Fairly straightforward, right? Meaning that if we change the first spreadsheet to another one, this is still going to work using the one. So we don't need to make two changes. Column range, we can use just A to Z because that's more than enough. Now it's going to pop all the information, all the cells from that range. And if you remember, column A is the text. Column B is the caption. So we need to update column C and column D. So column C, we want to put the timestamp. So we can use either the one from Instagram, from when it was posted, or we can put the timestamp from right now. I'm going to show you that as an example. So you come to the fifth one, which is the calendar, where we have all the data, and you can click now. And for column D, what we want to get is, so back to this, and we're gonna use the, which one is it? I think it's the permalink. This is what we want. The permalink is gonna get you to the permanent link from the Instagram post, basically. All right, now that we have it, we can click OK. Don't forget to save it, otherwise you can lose a few things. So I'm not gonna run it right away like this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select to start by using this one, because otherwise it's gonna use this one. So I will, so same thing, I'm gonna edit this because this wouldn't work. Remember, because we are using new lines, don't skip a line. Otherwise it's gonna create a new slide. All right, so let's get going. No, this is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna right click, and instead of running it right away, before that, I'm gonna choose where to start. And I'm gonna choose manually. So it's gonna open all the rows from the spreadsheet so I can decide where I'm starting. And as you can see, we have between brackets the row number. So I'm gonna use that number 4, which is unleashing creativity. So I'm clicking on it and saying OK. So I'm indicating to that step, start at this row. Coming back to this, unleashing creativity, this is the one. All right. So what I'm going to do is go back to Instagram. I'm going to show you my profile. I'm going to do like this. As you can see, we have 3 carousels. I've been testing that automation. And now let's do number 4, auto align. Okay, run. So again, it's running, generating the images using Placid, same template that I showed you before. And let's see what it does. It's going to take a bit of time because it has to process and create all the images. I'm going to probably accelerate the video so it goes a bit faster for you guys so we don't wait. Okay, it seems that it was processed properly. Not sure why. Maybe make got like an issue and doesn't not respond, so I'm gonna reload this. Yes, we can see that it's been posted right now, and we have the link. So now if I refresh, you're gonna see that I have a fourth one that has been posted. There we go. So if I open it, this is our caption: unleashing creativity, the foundation of an idea. And swiping for tip number 1. As you can see, we have the 3 dashes. Tip number 1, tip number 2, tip number 3, tip number 4, and tip number 5. And that's it, created and posted automatically for us using the template. I think something that could be adjusted for that template is if the lines or if the text is a bit short, and we can do that inside the template right here, is make this a bit bigger, sort of kind of like this. So it takes up more space if it's short, but this is configuration of the template, and depending however you configure it. Other than that, I think that covers it. It's been posted. I mean, getting back to this, we have the date and time, and we have the link. If I click on it, this is gonna open this. Oh, just like my post. Unleashing creativity, the foundation of an idea. All right. If you have any questions, just drop them below or inside my community, and I'll be happy to answer. Now you can save time, have that automated to post carousels on Instagram for you without you being involved. You can prepare a lot of them up front. You can batch create those carousels maybe for the entire month. You create 30 rows in this, and you have that scheduled to run once a day. Let me show you how you can run the schedule. You click on that clock, and for that you would select every day, select what time you want to post it. So this one is 3:25 p.m. Click OK, and I turn it on by toggling this, and now it's gonna be running every day. And if there's no row to process, it's just gonna not do anything else. It's just gonna check it, nothing is there, done. If you add something, it's gonna take it next time and process this and post on Instagram your own carousel. All right, that's all for this automation. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions, if this is useful, or if you think there could be some great adjustment to be made to this, and I'll see you in the next video.